Port Lincoln, South Australia, a picturesque town known for its stunning coastline. In June 2025, this serenity was shattered. June 19th, 2025. Emergency services responded to a fire at an apartment on Flinders Highway. Inside, they found the body of Julian Story, a 39-year-old marketing executive. Detective Parker asked Ms. Anna, inquisitively, if she was one of the first on the scene and if she could describe what she saw. Ms. Anna, distressed, responded that she smelled smoke, then saw the body. She said it was awful and that Tamika was in the backyard, just staring blankly. Tamika Chesser, a 34-year-old former reality TV star and Julian's girlfriend, was found in a catatonic state at the scene. The media frenzy was immediate. Tamika's fame catapulted the case into the international spotlight. A month later, a dog walker made a gruesome discovery in nearby bushland, a human skull. Forensic analysis confirmed the skull belonged to Julian Story. The investigation intensified. Tamika was charged with murder, destruction of human remains, and assaulting a police officer. Your Honor, my client is undergoing psychiatric evaluation. We believe she is not competent to stand trial, the lawyer stated formally. Confined to the James Nash House, a psychiatric forensic facility, Tamika underwent extensive evaluation. The tragic case of Tamika Chesser and Julian Story continues to unfold, leaving a community grappling with loss and searching for answers. Thank you for coming. This is a safe space, a place for healing, the host said reassuringly. I didn't know Julian personally, but this has affected us all. It's just unspeakable, a community member expressed, grieving. Tamika, whenever you're ready, it's important to share what you remember, the therapist encouraged. Tamika replied softly, hesitant. There are moments that flash back, but they're hazy, like a dream I can't escape. Detective Parker looked determined and muttered to himself, there's got to be something more, something we're missing. Okay, let's go over this one more time. Peter, what anomalies did we find in the financial records? Detective Parker asked, focused. There are several unexplained withdrawals and large sums transferred overseas right before Julian's death, Peter, the forensic accountant replied professionally. Detective Parker replied cautiously, these might point to a much larger conspiracy. Could there be someone else involved? Her fingerprints were found all over the living room, but the strangest part is the missing digital evidence, the forensic scientist said, puzzled. I swear I don't remember. Everything is just bits and pieces, Tamika replied, desperate. We'll dig deeper. There's more hidden in the digital realm than meets the eye, the forensic scientist said, resolute. As new evidence comes to light, Detective Parker remains relentless, determined to uncover the truth hidden beneath the tranquil facade of Port Lincoln. The past has a way of surfacing. I'll make sure justice is served, Detective Parker said, with determination in his voice. Detective Parker said with determination, we need to talk to everyone connected to Julian. There's got to be a piece of the puzzle we're missing. The junior detective agreed and replied, I'll start with Tamika's past colleagues from the show. Maybe someone knows something. Julian called me the night before it happened. He seemed on edge, George recalled. Did he say why? Anything specific about what was bothering him? Detective Parker asked inquisitively. He mentioned something about money, a deal he was worried about. But he didn't give details, George replied uncertainly. Tamika, do you want to join the group today? Connections can sometimes help to heal, the therapist asked gently. I don't know if I'm ready. Sometimes the silence is more comforting than words, Tamika replied, reluctant. That's perfectly all right. Take all the time you need, the therapist said, with support in her voice. We've got new intel suggesting ties to Sydney's underground. Let's run a thorough check on Julian's contacts, Detective Parker said, commanding. On it, boss. I'll make some calls and get the latest reports from Sydney, the junior detective replied efficiently. What happened that night? Why can't I remember? Tamika whispered, pensive. Memory can be tricky, Tamika. But in time, pieces tend to fall into place when they're ready, the therapist reassured her. Detective Parker thought to himself that Julian was a part of something bigger. His death was a loud echo of silent deals. He then said with resolve that there would be no more loose ends and that it was time to stitch everything together. Detective Parker whispered, curious, "Julian, what secrets were you keeping?" "The court will now hear testimony from the key witnesses," the judge announced formally. "I saw Julian the day before his death. He seemed anxious, like he was expecting something to happen," witness 1 said, anxious in voice. Tamika reflected to herself. Was it really me? Or were there forces beyond what I can remember? Anna greeted Tamika warmly. "Hey Tamika, it's Anna. It's good to see you out here. How are you holding up?" Tamika responded thoughtfully. "I'm just taking it one day at a time, reliving bits of what I can recall. We've got a lead on the international transfers. It could crack this case wide open," Detective Parker said excitedly. "Shall I prepare the team for a deeper dive into the overseas connections?" the junior detective asked, prompting action. "Yes, it's time to close in on the truth," Detective Parker replied, determined. Tamika said to herself with resolution, "The truth is the only piece I can find now." As the investigation reaches a crucial point, every thread unravels, weaving a tapestry of secrets hard to keep hidden in the light of day. Detective Parker ventured to Sydney, following the trail that led away from Port Lincoln. "You've made it. The word is Julian was involved with dangerous people here," the undercover agent said cautiously. "I need to know everything they've got on him. Lives depend on it," Detective Parker replied urgently. Detective Parker thought to himself strategically, "This could be the break we need, but I have to keep my next step secret." With clues aligning and dangers mounting, Parker pushed forward, his resolve unbroken. "I will see this through, no matter the cost," Detective Parker said, his voice resolute. "Everything must be executed flawlessly. No room for mistakes," said the first shadowy figure, his voice authoritative. The second shadowy figure responded, concern evident in his voice. "And what about Parker? He's getting too close for comfort." With confidence, the first shadowy figure assured,